What's going on, you guys? So I'm here at the 250th YCS here in Los Angeles, California. I'm here with my brother Asian Persuasion, you already know. And we're here with Mr. Kobe Short. And how did you do this weekend?
Finished X2 in Swiss, got top 64, and then I lost to the mirror in top 64.
It's all good. You played cash.
Yeah, standard.
Best deck.
Best deck, worst ratios.
Yep. Johnny was asking this. I'm asking this too. What type of cash player are you? Are you going Rice Heart Pass, or are you saying better? Or are you saying better have it?
All right. I'm gonna look my opponent in the eyes, right? And like, some people you can be like, okay, there's a nib in their deck, but some people you're like me. I'm comboing you. I was comboing a lot this weekend.
Nice.
So you're saying you're like Cody and you went, you better have it?
Yeah. 100%. Blind. Well, blind kind of. Like, I won one die roll this weekend.
Oh,
So you didn't really have a choice most of it.
yeah.
So fair enough.
But all good.
But I like it. Balls to the wall.
Exactly.
Gotta have it.
Exactly. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout outs to first and foremost my team, Pandemonium Gaming.
Oh, yeah,
Anthony, Hector, best sponsors on the planet. Shout out to all my friends this weekend. It was real cool seeing everyone. Shout out to both people behind the camera.
We were cheering you on all day, bro.
God, yes.
Top coat was stacked for those that know.
This was
It
a crazy top
stacked.
cut. Especially shout out to everyone back at Lafayette, locals, cheering me on. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get into the profile. Let's see it.
All right, so I played cash, and I'll explain the ratios as they come. That you'll be like, why are these in your deck? But these are standard. I played the extra one of these because I think if you play this, and everyone was kind of doing the Diablosis thing blind, like hitting you for 7 cards from your deck, and if these, like both of these get banished, you can't play. So at least have another one. These were perfect. This is the best card in the deck by miles. This card's an FTK.
Every time you see it, you win.
Yep. These are your bad engine requirements. These are the cards that you brick on. Top 64. Yeah.
Oh, that took you out.
Oh, you know how we get. A lot of people cut this card this weekend. And I understand why. A lot of them are citing it because like it's bad against the mirror. Like, it's terrible in the mirror because you don't want to commit cards to the board because a lot of people are maining evenly. And it's bad against, like, it's bad going second because, like, you just want non-engine cards going second, and you against not the mirror, your engine can beat their boards. So you don't really need the preparation. It's kind of just chilling in your hand. It could be a different card. But I felt this card was so impactful versus, like, the branded matchup in the grind game. Like, they can never activate Retribution in the graveyard. It's so impactful against Labyrinth. Like, this card's just an FTK against Labyrinth. So I wanted it in the main deck, and I couldn't justify it in the side. But yeah, this is like the only questionable one. And then I played 5 pots. These cards overperformed all weekend. I didn't see this one very often. This one, that's the one. Cards were very good. And then non-engine. Alright, so I played 5 hand traps. I didn't want to play Gamma because I don't think that card works in this deck siding wise. Like, it's so hard to commit siding 4 cards in this deck every time. And it's so bad against like average decks where like Gamma's good against average decks, but why do you need it, right? It could just be a different card. And I didn't see a point in maining 6 hand traps because none of them are like super impactful against the mirror. Especially Ash, I think this card's terrible in the mirror, which is why I only main deck 2. I only played it at all because you can't not respect branded, and this card has to be in your deck somewhere. So I main decked the 2, and then over the third one I played a Cosmic because going first in the mirror, this card's just better than this. You can set it, and this can trade with Birth, and it could trade with Planet, whereas this can only trade with Planet. And then going second, it's like, this is fine too, because if they set like a non-engine card, this snipes their non-engine card. And then you still have this. The difference between you playing 6 hand traps and 5, drawing 1 in your opening hand is not realistic. It's not enough of a percentage to like argue about it. And I sided the third Ash for branded because you don't need to Ash them game 1 unless they're gimmick puppeting you, but post side they're going to gimmick puppet you, so you need to Ash them. And the deck's 41 because I played 2 Kaijus. I was playing 1, but then when I would go to side against like Sprite and stuff, I would be taking out a card in the side deck that like is still good for a better card, whereas like I could just play 41 and play the second Kaiju, and it'll like it's still crazy every time you draw it in the mirror. It's crazy against every Floodgate deck. Like every Floodgate deck's doing Floodgate monsters, like tower stuff.
Yeah.
So you could just summon this against them. It's a card that you could draw on the play, like on the draw that outs pretty much their entire board. People were going for the weird mid board, like with a Rise Heart for one material. I don't do that. Please don't. And then activate Shang in the standby phase. No. People were doing some weird stuff this weekend, but yeah, this card was really good. The second one came up for siding patterns a lot. This card overperformed.
Turn skin now.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's almost as impactful as Floodgate Trap Hole in theory, but this card's just so nuts. And then 3 Lance. Yeah, this card was basically rushed recklessly all weekend.
There you go. Protect the castle.
Yeah, it was cool.
Damage step.
Yeah.
Everyone attack and you would damage step.
Yeah, it was good. It was 41 in the main. The difference between 40 and 41 isn't really that much. You're still gonna see the same cards.
Yeah.
The extra deck, it's pretty standard. I summon this card a lot. Like
You're doing the zone login.
no, I'm not. It's for the grind game. So like, whenever you're playing against Branded specifically, right? And instead of summoning this card, because they built their deck to beat this card, so they're gonna like Dragoon you, right? If you just make Shang and then you have Birth up, they can never Dragoon you unless they hard open Dart Magician. Then like they're better than you. But like, you can Birth banish their whole graveyard while Shang's on the board, and if Shang ever lives on like comes back to you on your turn, you win the game.
Yeah.
Like, this card just e-tellies any monster from your deck.
Not to mention you're popping a card with a field.
Yeah, it's so crazy. 2 mismatched Zeuses and some big eyes. I kind of wish I played one of these and played the Fossil Warrior guy, the Skull Knight, because it makes outing a Rise Heart in the mirror a lot harder, because then you have to make your Rise Heart first to banish that guy. Otherwise, he just pops your Rise Heart. But yeah, these were fine. I was just scared of getting Diablosis. And then I didn't summon this once because I didn't play against Labyrinth, but it's there. This guy got summoned a lot. This guy felt like Dark Arm Dragon. He was really cool. Yeah, this guy was cool. Diablosis, I summoned him a lot too. Like in the mirror, a lot of times your inboard like can be, if you want to play around Kaijus and still do some cool stuff, you could like end on this. Or you end on this to play around Kaijus. If you're not playing around Kaijus, you end on this and keep Birth in your hand. Like, you can do a lot of really neat stuff with this deck. This deck isn't as linear as people say.
Yeah.
And then Prosperity targets. This card was actually really good in the mirror. I'd attach these under my Rise Heart in the mirror if I know they're not playing Gamma. And then, like, when they kill mine, I draw a new card, and this trades with whatever non-engine card they have. And then I have to beat an Rise Heart with, like, my deck. And shouldn't be too hard. Side deck, the third Ash is for Branded. This didn't come in against anything else, except Drytron and Dark World, I guess. I played against a lot of FTK decks. This card, crazy. This is what it feels like to be on the dark side.
FTK back.
Lord action, bro. Sith Lord action.
This card, no. ban it. This card's crazy. I played 3 backer removals. I was gonna play like Lightning Storm, but I fundamentally don't like that card. I don't think Lightning Storm really does anything often. It's too slow. Whereas like, this is kind of the same card, yes, but you could activate this at any point. And I didn't play evenly because every deck that you want to evenly puts a monster on your board. No shot. This card was really cool. One of my opponents actually, like, I swung with the Scareclaw dude in defense and he econed it to attack mode so his monster wouldn't die. And I said, like, there's no shot that card does that. And it's in my deck too, right?
Yeah.
So I like read mine, and yeah, you could just do that. So his monster lived and I lost that game.
You were like, that's a pro play.
Bro, it was so crazy. This card had like 3 effects that time. Yeah, this card was really cool. I decided going first and second in the mirror. Because this basically just ends their battle phase. It's actually negate attack. Yeah, this card's really good. And these, so I was gonna play 3 of this, but I wanted 3 cards to side against Sprite going first. This is my going first card. I'm never playing this card again. This card's terrible. I don't think I summoned a monster any game I drew this card.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
So you just
yeah.
I can look at your hand and watch
look at my hand and be like, all right, it's time to appoint something. Like, this is 3 going first against Sprite, because you can search this. If they hand trap you, they're going to hand trap you. And then going second, you have 4 against them. You take out the Cosmic and stuff. And this card doubles up as both of these, so it's like playing the 3rd. And this card just searching any engine card. If it ever searches an engine card, like, you're cooking. Like, if this searches terraforming, right?
GG, no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the deck. Deck was cool.
Congratulations on getting top cut, my friend.
Appreciate it.
We thank you for the deck profile,
Thanks for
bro.
the deck profile.